Hi, welcome to another video in which I am going to talk to you about what I think the missing link is when we look at stuttering. I'm Barbara Dahm, the Unconventional Clinician, and I am going to put a link to a previous video that I recorded in which I explained that I feel that when we look at stuttering, we look at the speech and maybe at some factors that we think are causative of the speech being stuttered, but we don't look at what's inside. So today I want to give you an example of research that does just that. It's a great research study which is about the anticipation of stuttering and how it affects the variability of stuttering. It was a great research done, and I heard about it on the Stuttering Foundation podcast, a wonderful podcast that I highly recommend. And in this podcast, they discussed a research project that was done by Dr. Rick Arenas and his grad student, Amanda, I think it is, Cortez Alvarez. And in this study, they looked at anticipatory factors and how they had an effect on the frequency of stuttering. Some of the factors they felt were cause the stuttering to be less, and some of the factors people said that they stuttered more. Now the question is, why? Why would some factors cause you to stutter more? It can't skip from some of the factors that they discuss were things like judgmentalness. If you're thinking that you're being judged, the 10 people said that they stuttered more. And in situations where they felt no judgment, they stuttered less. Situations like when you swear. Most people, almost everybody, says that they don't stutter when they're swearing. Why is that? We have to look not just at what these factors are, but we have to look on what it makes you do. Now, what do you do when you're feeling judged? I'd like you to do a little exercise. Sit down and write down some of the factors that you think have an effect on the variability of your stuttering. And then look a little deeper. What is it that goes on inside you at that moment? Because that's where you could make a change. Of course, it would be wonderful not to feel the judgmentalness, not to worry about what people are going to think about you. And that's really important too, because that does make you do what you do. But let's say that you do fear stuttering, that you do feel that you're going to be judged. Is there something that you have within yourself the power to do that will not affect your speech negatively? Something that you can do that will allow you to speak freely. I'd love you to sit down and sort of look inside. And I'll give you a few clues right now. When you feel that you're being judged, for instance, do you start to monitor your speech? Do you listen to yourself? Do you start to look ahead at the words that are going to come up? Do you know the word a little bit before you're going to say it? Are you preparing to get it out? All of these things will cause you to stutter more. On the other hand, let's say you're swearing. When you swear, do you think of the word before you're going to say it? Or does it just come out? I know with me, sometimes I don't want to do that, but it just comes out. And you don't even realize that I'm doing it. When you don't feel like you're being judged and you don't give a darn, do you think of the words before you're going to say them? Where is your attention? These are things that you can become aware of. And these things that you do are changeable. You can't change your fluency by wanting to change your fluency. You can't change the tension in your mouth by trying to relax it, because that just doesn't work. But when you feel that you have the power not to look ahead, when you know that it's not necessary, and when you develop new habits inside of doing it differently, the outcomes are different too. The level of tension changes. The feeling of being able to breathe easily changes. So much changes. There's so much that you can do. So, in summary, I want to just say that if you want to help yourself, don't just look at the causal factors. Don't just look at the stuttering. Look at where your attention is. What are you doing? How is your mind working? How is your brain functioning? Look at these factors. And that is where you can make change. So, I hope this is helpful to you. If you find these videos helpful, please subscribe and give it a like. And I will be happy to answer questions that you might have. So I'll also put down my email address. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, please comment and let me know. I'll be happy to make videos about whatever subject you feel you would like me to talk about. Wishing you all a wonderful season, and I hope that we will see each other once again very soon to discuss what can help you if you're a person who stutters.